Okay, so story continues. So I started to do radiation, and I had to go for 6 weeks, which is crazy. I mean, I was just so terrified of going under a radar going into my brain. I mean, I was just so terrified of the end results of what I was doing in my body. And so by the 4th week, I told my mom, I said, I don't want to go anymore. I was just like, I don't want to do it. And she talked to my dad, and my dad, he called me into his room. He said, you know what? He said, I noticed a change in you. He said, I think you should keep going to radiation. He said, I think it's helping. So I looked at him, even though every fiber of my being was screaming, don't do it. I looked in his eyes and I saw he was really concerned for me and that he wanted me to be okay. So I said, okay, I'll keep going. I know he was scared for me because they gave me 6 months to live. I know he was really concerned about that. So the next day I went again. I, told myself, you're going to be okay. It's so important what you tell your thoughts. Like our brains, they don't know the difference between what's fake and what's real. When you have a nightmare, why do you wake up and you're sweating and, like you've been in a real life place? So our brains don't know the difference between what's fake and what's real. So it's so important that you pay attention to what you're thinking. So I chose to think positive, and I chose to think, it was going to be okay. So I continued to go for 6 weeks. My hair started to fall out in clumps. So that was really emotional for me to lose my hair and, to see myself, my eyebrows starting to fade away, and, to see the effects that the radiation was having on me. So I had another appointment to an MRI with the doctor after the 6 weeks was over, and my results came back much better. So he was so happy that I decided to do the radiation because my results show that the tumor was shrinking, it was getting smaller. So that was really, really good news. So he told me to just continue to finish the radiation, and then he suggested chemotherapy. Now that was really, I'm like, I am not doing no chemotherapy. But he told me it was in pill form, so I felt a little bit more easy with that. It was Temodar. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of Temodar, but it's a common chemo pill for people that have brain cancer. So what you do is you take it 1 week on, and then 1 week you do it, and then you wait another 30 days, and then you do it for another week, then you wait another 30 days, and you just, keep going back and forth like that. So after I left the office, he gave me a prescription for Temodar, which I need to get filled out. So they had to do some blood work on me, to check my levels and stuff, to see if I had enough white blood cells. I can't remember if it's white or red. White blood cells needed to be, at a good level for me to take it and continue to take it. So that's the next step. So I started taking Temodar, and I was so happy because my results were better. But that wasn't the worst of it. The worst was still to come. So I'll tell you more about that later.